Hello, I will be reading my poetry today. Illuminating patterns stand still, drooping towards future gallows, onlooking a field of dancing daisies and lilies, swaying to the humble beat of forgotten past winds. Darkness sleeps, slowly creeping back from shadow, shallowly hoping he was a glimmer on a forest green summer day. Verdant ambition stole the mission until the incision pierced his black coal soul, lighting a single spark fuse that would not refuse to lose. Bruises adorn his warmth until the cold froze no more. All was in store, but déjà vu told of more. Can we see in the light that held no familiar dark? Flies created on lost focus, the wizard yells hocus pocus and focus. Emotion blew outwards and onwards, with sword and shield brazenly cast forth. Slicing fluidly towards his heart, he left a scar. Night entered the dark from his own self-harm, filled with pleasure added superfluously without no measure, curing cold weather, now left on a lonely sun no better. Yin and yang, two that sang with one thing. You can't have the dark without the light, and you can't have the light without the dark. Or maybe not, I could be wrong. Maybe it's just that I wish I was wrong. When you trade virtue for vice, you're left as cold as ice. The propriety of the culture leaves an unsettling variety of heartburn on two levels. Revel and rebel, they're all the same, a difference couldn't tell. Ring the bell, citadel, hear them yell, how swell. Purchase your material conformity, be warned the cost is your sanity. Wasted time spent on vanity just to look the same as me, and yet they still make you pay the fee. Maybe it's all just so crazy living in a fake society. Trumpery agendas fall feebly towards contorted base faculties. Clowns will frown on the shady side of town, but we won't let that fish drown. Guilty gowns gilded where past tense partiality persisted. They were enlisted, how I wish society resisted. Tears fell from the sky as I peered into your bright blue eyes, saying goodbye to the sunrise, your moonlight was my loving surprise. Dining with the gods, it was love that foresaw. Pain taken to build beauty amongst the palisades and guilds. Destruction was the conduction to construction. And the past left a remnant which is now our only instruction. Propensities persuaded their useless priority, palpably revealing an unbeknownst perpetuity. Pity in the city, that ain't very pretty. Platitudes plated peripherally, pasted perilously, and prostrated pertinaciously. Graciously adorning a false proprietor, Providence pushing power in the coming hours. Beneficent felicity will grow from the pew of the world, abdicating the malignant, malevolent, and perverse pompous persons. Patriot paradigms patterned continue until love frees us from the still-standing state. Salt say, down by the bay. I've overcome such a silly game, and now I burn with a new and brighter flame. Nothing stays the same or changes the same way. The river flows among the crag, and the rock comes back a different way. Sea and sand, looking glass understands where something magical stands. Distant lands held in the palm of your hands. A contrary canary ain't so scary. Go and pick some spring berries and dance with the loving fairies. If you're a student of the world, you can never exclude any subject. Wisdom, thrice blessed in between the reality we can see. Passion drown out like architecture of a mansion. Extreme superficial greed, ergot growing meek reed. Fed and dread, peasants want went unsaid. But when you grow, you know the change is flourishing farther than you could have expected. Even after it's all rejected, only a new flame will be injected. Don't resist the pain, for she shares the flame. Tame horses run free and closed, but how can we propose more than once condoned? We feel the same, but are too afraid to say what will let us walk the same way. Hiding in our views, lost from the one and separate of the two. Held like glue from a handmade shoe, the news of departure comes as a sad remark. But still, even after the tree is fell, there is sap as well. They say she's cut down, but she is still full of love to give. For to give is to live, so why don't we thrive? We might as well try. Freedom of the blue sky will never die, for her heart is breathing in the soul of all. Everyone is someone to change the world. It's just how will you choose? Your heart is unique and filled with a divine mystique. See far and look close inside. To the Most High we understand, the low on looking from the mountain top. Your flow is like the luck of a successful arcade claw. She fails to no avail, never knowing what her pain truly entails. Flowering from the bud of a distant fairy tale, she runs, forgetting the garden was right under her feet. In a new land, burdened and miscontorted, she found where the resort is. She found it in herself. Wherever you go, lessons will subtly condone you're never alone. Fractured and fragmented fossilized bones, empty replicated square gray architecture, they are the same. What a shame creativity lost its true shade. For a weight that was lost in the first find of the place postulated in the barren dirt of disgrace. Labyrinthal maze, find the sliver to exit the haze. Damaged passion excites a light held too tight. Holeless actions falsified and tried, where thought grew like thorns entrapping you to a view so close. The distant cry of the mountain wind seemed empty. Test me, but where they best me, you'll find competition is only a glaze for a prize of first place, and some massed resentful praise. Run the race, and you'll end farther away from the love on the ground of the starting line. Trapped in vines, a thorn with no rose of hope to find. Exuding lost memory, subconscious word, willed a treasury. Feathering far, flourishing something out the way to play, to dance like a monkey in a trance. Follow the chance, will you make it last? Alas, the time will pass if you can catch the wind in the palm of your hand. Fly onward, go little birdie, twerp twerp, chip-a-dee-dee, 1, 2, 3, lest the doth win thine eyes for the night thy surmise. Love, surprise, they know your glow in the golden show, written on the page like a magical mage. There we stay, stake functions, compunctions, elections, one day we'll be free. Both in the worlds fly love, who with the human wind is all one, I say. Freedom lights our love, I say. Freedom, let it fly in the stars and back again. For the wont in the worlds and the dew of the morning sun are found with the friends in the one, ending to the love that's always found through the sight that never knew no avail. Avail, and you're lost on the other side of the tale, through the silver line that knows no time. Lost in your gold mine, but I see the truth coming forth through your mind. Everything you find will come now, and come through, and exude through the power that you hold, the power that you can suss, the love that you can touch, for the one will always be to love. And there it is, the poetry of the day. One more. Voids and joy to employ, empty impressions glaze, sweet vainglory, plunder, yellow hoy, asunder, lightning and thunder, waiting for the collision, sitting still to think and wonder, for no other, cold glass fractures and you shiver, love never falters, shelter and fire and frigid weather, the joy leading to the birth of the boy in December, departing, marching, annoying skylarking, now there's a dog barking, modern world, oh why so loud, why such a crowd? We will start to adapt to those cumbersome conditions, division, fission in the spirit, decision, incision point, see the light from heaven, my boy. It is there, just gotta look for where, rant and rave, but do not live like a hermit in a cave. Exact is the lack for your true knack. Imperfection prompting the means for perfection, blinded by a blazing false reflection. Angelic feathers frolic in the wind, magic prospers in the maze, secret mysteries flee, facing facts held with the key, broken from a walk that did not know how to knock. Clocks will tick, and we will turn, sun coming down, days remembers in my thoughts. Those youthful places we found, left alone to look upon what we had abound. Sound of love will show love birds their way home. Migration, salvation. For now we don't have to roam alone. Pleasure filled our measure, luster fueled our fissures, eruptions explode, lava close to my toes. How you said no, I could never forgo, but what is gone is but a circumstance I feel was flawed. Walking the tracks of your cat paws, I changed, you liked what you saw. In the tears that fell, I drank the rain, for I held no well. Hear my calling bell, hear my mind as well. Emerging from the distant, out hesitant ways shatters through all the antimatter of Saturn. Septular urn of your heart will surrender for the better. Upset your starry love, nil. For you and her cup both are filled. Distilled power of will, sitting with the wind on the precipice of that singular high hill. Overfilled, spilled to fill others. He gave even unto his grave, for his word is eternal and willed to stay. Come out to play on a new day, for the moon and the sun are one, I say. Eclipse, the paradox sits, while your thought rips. Knowing, showing, and glowing, divine, a glimpse of that star will shine in those fateful eyes. Find the sign and have faith in the Most High. Right beside, he will walk the path. Ethereal math adds the bath of the wife, birth to the life. Split at the knife, we came into the light of our life. Inevitable, unforsakable, it's a fable that sits beneath the table. To be able, Shakti energy flows through my cable, out the stable horses run free, antediluvianly.